What's up, everybody? Please stay there. Please stay there. My camera is not properly mounted and secured, so forgive me. I don't have a lot of stuff in this truck, so for the replay gang, if the camera work is shoddy, I apologize. So I'm going to chill for a second. Of course the APU next to me is going to start. I gotta remember where the fuse is for the APU, because the APU on this truck does not shut off. And I don't remember, like, I know where it is on a Peterbilt. I guess I could check the one in the APU. There's a switch in the APU and then there's a fuse. So it's one of the two. But anyways, I had to shut the APU off to do this video because, well, first of all, Eric here, driver lineup, World's Decay steering wheel holder. Yes, I am actually going back to driver lineup. That is Jenna's veto power in play. Jenna, we've got a lot of cool things coming up on the channel that we're kind of working through. But Jenna just she wants to go back. She wants, because we have driver lineup on all our trucks and everything, so she wants to switch it back to driver lineup, so that is going to happen. Anyway, I was going to make a video, but I figured I'd just go live and give you guys a quick walk around. Yeah, push the power button in the sleeper, I know that, but I don't want it to be off. Like, I just don't, like, when I'm not in the truck, I want it to run enough to keep the batteries charged. I know how to turn the APU off. But right now what I'm saying is it doesn't shut off. And it's been so long since I've been in a Freightliner that I don't remember. I know in the APU there's a switch, or there's something in the APU. It's been a long time. And in the Peterbilt there's a fuse right down by your feet, where if you take that fuse off or out, the APU will just run constantly. It won't shut off, or it won't start, or I can't remember what it is. Anyway, so I have the APU actually powered off by the button in the bunk, but I don't want it powered off. I want it to just, have the fan all the way down and for it to kick on when the batteries get low. But it won't do that. It just runs constantly, no matter what. It just runs. It ran all night. I was at the hotel, and it ran all night and all morning. There was a truck next to me. He's like, your APU is just non-stop. Because I asked him. He said, oh yeah, it was on all night. And I didn't have the AC on or anything like that. I had the fan turned all the way down. So there's no reason for the APU to have to run all night. But anyway, a little Saturday morning live for you guys. I'm in a truck. It's a mess. Like, it's just, I'm trying to get some stuff in here. I don't know how much you see how it's black back there. I don't think my other Freightliner is black. Maybe it is. My first Freightliner was not black interior. But I've been very fortunate. Let me take you outside real quick. And good morning to all of you. I'm not seeing all the comments. Someone dropped it. Is that JDQ on Saturday morning dropping a $20? I don't know what JDQ's super chat budget is. So, I did make some minor changes. The graphics are all pretty much the same, but it is blue. So that's the only change that I made. I got the black grill, of course, can't not have that. I got the visor. And then all the DL graphics are exactly the same, but blue. And the truck is much more of almost like a bluish silver. I don't remember exactly what it's called. I'm going to show you guys something that's new, and I was confused as hell on this at first. The 2023s that are coming in right now, they're putting this shit on them. See that? Right there too. I'm not sure how I feel about that shit. I don't really. If I was gonna drive this truck, I'd be like, take that shit off. I do not want that on my tires. It's like crappy plastic shit. So yeah, that's the only thing different that I did. And also because they won't let you pick your numbers anymore. You get this shitty random ass number. My other trucks all have very easy to remember numbers. Like my Peterbilt has a 272-200. I have a 262-400. So I wanted to try to end all my trucks in 2 zeros because it's so easy to say. But they don't let you pick your number anymore. It seems to me that what Success Leasing is doing is trying to minimize the amount of communication that they need to do with drivers, which they don't really communicate with drivers anyway, so I'm not really sure how that would be a challenge. But when I was talking to Haley yesterday, she said, oh yeah, we don't really reach out to drivers to pick numbers anymore. Because I said, hey, no one called me. Like, I wanted to pick a number. And I got the sense that they're trying to cut out as many things that you would need to communicate with Success Leasing about. Trying to cut it out. Because they cannot keep up. But anyway, so I'm going to give the driver who's coming to pick this truck up the option to leave that plastic shit on the rims. Because I don't like it. I hate that plastic crap being on the rims. I thought about doing it in black again, but and I still might do the rims in black, but not on this trip because I'm so limited on time. It takes a lot to coordinate all that. So if he wants to have them take that plastic shit off the rims, and they can take it off. Success Leasing white glove service. Man, there was zero, and I mean zero hint, even hint of the whole white glove service that they promised when I interviewed them like 6 months ago. Nothing. You guys remember they were talking about having some nice like golf cart limo to drive you around a lot and all that stuff? So anyway, I'm very fortunate so far that the truck only has 2 issues, and one of them is annoying as hell, and apparently all the new Freightliners that are coming in right now have this problem. If you don't absolutely slam the shit out of this door, like much harder than you think you need to slam it, there's a feature on a 2023 that I don't think my other trucks have, where if this door is not reading as fully closed and you start the truck, or not start the truck, but you release the brake, you can start the truck, but if you release the brake and it's not recognizing that this door is fully or either door is fully closed, the whole freaking alarm goes off, like as if you entered the password incorrectly. I would really love to know what genius thought that was a good idea, and why the hell Freightliner, who's it, Jeff, whoever the Freightliner rep is, if you ever see this, you need to go punch some throats, man, because there needs to be a software update. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of having the whole truck alarm go off just because this door is not fully closed. You know, when you're in, and the thing is, it is fully closed. That's the problem. Like, so yesterday they're like, oh yeah, this is a problem in all the Freightliners right now. It should eventually work itself out because it's got, the seals are too thick and new. That's what they claim anyway. So there's nothing that they want to do about it. But I set the alarm off in this truck like 5 times yesterday. But you know, when you're in a yard somewhere and you're a shipper and receiver, like a meat plant or something, the number of times that you have to get in and out of your truck to try and get the pin loose, or, you know, sliding your tandems, you shouldn't even need to have the damn door closed, fully securely closed, when you're just trying to nose it up a couple feet. Like, sometimes you just haphazardly let the door come a little bit closed. Who decided that if you don't have the door fully closed, you can't move, release the parking brake? And if you do, it sets off the alarm. Who decided that shit? Because it's not just an alarm in the truck, it's the horn alarm. So you're waking up people in the truck stop trying to sleep. And it's oh, I would love to meet the person who made that decision, because that is one of the dumbest things I've ever, like, I just can't even fathom. Like, if you're a team and you're trying to sleep in the back and your driver's not slamming the door while you're asleep, your co-driver's either going to slam the door because he or she has to get the damn alarm to not come on, or they're setting off the horn alarm. Those are the two options. Oh my God, man, that is just the dumbest thing. Dude, I was so pissed yesterday. Every time I released the brake, and I was still slamming the door, and I released the brake, and the alarm started firing off. Didn't know how much I missed the driver lineup branch. I think since Rob Lowe is a partner and ownership of Freightliner Springfield Prime Trucks would get somewhat priority. I don't know, but it's not a Prime specific thing. I would think Freightliner could just push out a software update. But do you all not agree that that is just full, you never go full retard? And that is full, who came up with that idea? I just can't even fathom it. Like, it drives me crazy, you guys. It drives me crazy. Oh boy. Like, I could just see right now in the condition this door is in, if I was fighting with tandems and all that shit in a meat plant, I would probably have the horn alarm go off 5 or 6 times based on what I saw yesterday. What's up, Lenny, man? How's it going? So anyway, that's the one thing, but I guess it's the case with all the other trucks right now. I guess the second thing would be those plastic tire covers. Like, I wish that I was consulted about it, because I just don't like that. Not a fan. But maybe my driver, when he gets here tomorrow, maybe he likes it and he can keep it and life will go on. So it's not really that big of a deal. The third thing is the light fixtures. And again, if these are all the problems I have with a brand new truck, then I'm super happy. I still think it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen that someone decided to make that alarm thing a feature. But if these are the 3 problems I have, then I'm super happy. But the third thing is, and I haven't cleaned these yet. Let me see if I turn them. Let's see if I can show you guys this. Can I flip my camera? Yes. Look how filthy these light fixtures are. And it's not just dust, you guys. I mean, it comes off, but look at that. comes off with, like, you just look at that. That's just that one spot. And it's not just the light, it's all the light fixtures, and I mean all of them, but it's also the speaker covers. See that up there? Look how filthy that is. This is a truck that I'm paying damn near $200,000 for. I don't know, you guys. But again, if this is all, if these are the only problems that I have, I'm super happy. Because if you recall, when I picked up my Peterbilt, I couldn't leave for like 2.5 weeks. It just had so many problems right out of the gate. So if these are the three, if these are my only 3 gripes with picking up this truck brand new, then I'll be super happy. As far as any differences, so the only upgrades that I got in this truck, and this is pretty much what I do for all my Freightliners, is the visor, seat upgrades, minor upgrades with seats, the curtains inside, or the curtains that go around the front, and the air dams for the windows, which I ordered those for my Peterbilt and found them to be extremely helpful. And in a Freightliner, it gets a lot hotter than in a Peterbilt. Peterbilt has much better air circulation in the back from the AC. Lenny, did you add? No, I didn't add front airbags as suspension. I ain't driving this truck. Watch Rod, my driver, is gonna watch this tomorrow and be like, "Mother, you son of a bitch." But he's currently driving an International, so he's super happy to be coming over to a brand new Freightliner, even without the front airbags upgrade. But no, I didn't go with any of that shit. This truck just needs to go to work. The another thing that might be helpful for those of you who are waiting on a Freightliner Cascadia is that they do now again finally have the battery cutoff switch. So that is back. Now I'm being told that it cannot be added or installed into my Freightliner that doesn't have one. So for those who don't know, there was a chunk of VIN numbers, a pretty sizable chunk, that because of part shortages, they don't have a battery cutoff switch. Meaning that when my driver goes home, you know, she can't just shut the truck off. Like in the winter, she can't just shut the truck off and cut the battery. She has to leave the APU running no matter what, because the battery will die. There's no cutoff. So, like, I feel like there should be some compensation or something. Like, they should upgrade your batteries for free to the what's the winter edition of the batteries? Can't remember what they're called. They're really expensive winter batteries, because it's bullshit that there's no battery cutoff. But anyway, they're back. Man, there's a Dallas Cowboys. I'm not a Dallas Cowboys fan, but there's a badass looking Dallas Cowboys Peterbilt right in front of me. Look at that. Beautiful. Brand spanking new. It's got all the shit in the window. Man, that is a good looking truck. And then you see the loser trucks on both sides of it. You like what I did there? Yeah, that Peterbilt looks nice. He should have gotten, well, I guess the silver looks pretty good on it. And I got the black grill, of course. You guys saw that when I was outside.
I'm not sure I understand.
No, I'm not trying to talk to my watch. This is a problem with digital shit. Will I be in Springfield Monday? I'm trying to leave out of Springfield like before the sun comes up Monday morning. I have to run a load tonight. And then my driver's gonna be here tomorrow. So I'm trying hard to get out of here at like 4 a.m. on Monday morning. I got a 700-mile drive back to San Antonio in a shitty, tiny rental car. So yeah, but so anyway, there also are some minor finishing changes, and maybe some of you who have, I don't think this was in my 2022 Freightliner. I am not at all a fan of this. Now, it might look a little nicer. It's really dirty right now, like every other finish in here. But what I've noticed is that it's going to be very easy to scuff that thing. So it used to be that the material on the handle was the same as this material, but they've made it a plastic, and it's over here too. Look how dirty it is. But I can see how even a button on a coat sleeve would scuff that thing. So it's almost like they, again, Freightliner, if you're gonna try and be a little bit more like Peterbilt, then don't use shit that was clearly made in China. Like, just don't even try to be like Peterbilt. That's my 2 cents. So what's going on with all of you guys? What kind of questions, comments? I probably missed some comments. Wasn't really paying attention to this. JDQ dropping. Twan, we gonna need midnight rest area. Yeah, I don't know what kind of load I'm gonna run tonight. If I run one overnight, then I would love to do at 2 a.m. Told you guys my camera is not properly mounted secured. That's why you're switching to Pete on the next truck. Yeah, you know, here's the thing. After having driven in both a Freightliner and a Peterbilt, hands down, without question, given the choice, I would drive a Peterbilt. Not even close. Like, I don't even have to take anything into consideration. Yes, it is true that when a Peterbilt breaks down, you are fucked. And I don't drop that word a lot on YouTube, but man, when Peterbilt breaks down, like it's gonna be a minute. And Freightliner tends to get the trucks right back out on the road pretty quick. But here's the thing. Peterbilt is just so much more comfortable in every aspect of the journey, like being parked, driving, engine brake. I saw a YouTube video the other day where someone was like, everybody knows Freightliner's engine brake is much cleaner and simpler than the Peterbilt. And I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? The Peterbilt Jake brake is amazing. Like, you don't have to ever turn it off. You don't have to toggle it all day. You can literally set it and forget it. I don't mean that literally, but man, you're like managing the Freightliner Jake brake all the time. On, off, up, down, 2, 3, 4, 1, whatever. And in the Freightliner, I don't know if it's different now, but in the Freightliners I've driven, you can't even use the strongest level. Was it level 3 or whatever? Yeah, exactly. You can also set your truck to crank up when the battery's low. Because, I mean, in the last Freightliner that I drove, if you set the Jake brake all the way, you're going to be picking glass out of your teeth. But in the Peterbilt, you can use all levels of the engine brake and not ever have to toggle it off. It just know the Peterbilt's just smart. It just knows when to use it and when not to. Now, if you take it off of cruise, it will engage. So then you do have to disengage the engine brake. But if you're in cruise control on a Peterbilt, you can leave the J brake on the entire time you're in cruise control, at whatever level you want. I was wiping bits of burr. Oh yeah, I heard about that. Break off my windshield. Yeah, I heard about that. So JDQ, I think, was just on the. I think he was actually on the phone with my wife. And he hit a bird. A bird or pterodactyl or a bat or something hit his windshield. Eric, if me and my wife want to come to Prime and team drive and I already have CDL, but she doesn't, how would TNT work as far as us finishing at the same time, go to get it? Well, if you wanted to finish at the same time, you'd have to take two different trainers, two different trucks. So you'd be apart for the whole TNT. Now you could do what Jenna and I did, and you go ahead and go through the program. And right now, I think if you have no critical events, no safety issues, no traffic tickets, nothing like that, I think after like 90 days or maybe less, they're letting spouses train spouses. So she could ride on the truck with you for that short period of time after training, and then you train her. And that's what Jen and I did. And we've talked to a lot of married couples who said, man, we wish we did it that way. Now, I'll tell you another good thing about that is that when Jenna got on the truck with me before she was driving, she still co-managed the truck with me. She would still go into shippers and receivers. I don't know if Prime's a big fan of that. It'll never happen again, so it doesn't matter me talking about it because Jenna's not ever going to drive the truck again. But yes, Jenna was going in and talking and dealing with shippers and receivers before she was a Prime driver. She was learning the business. You know, she had been watching the truck and watching how I manage and all the things that I do. She'd gotten out with me quite a few times and, you know, would hand me a load lock into a trailer or something like that. She would get out and spot me. Like, she was already well ahead of the game when she went into orientation. So it made her training like substantially more reasonable. So that's food for thought. You no longer have to wait as long as you used to train your spouse, as long as you don't F up while you're out on the road. But I highly recommend that. I would not have wanted Jenna to be out on some dude's truck for 30,000 miles while I was on some dude's truck for 30,000 miles. Not that I think that Prime drivers are going to be doing questionable shit. It's just, I just don't want it. I don't want my wife riding around in a truck like this with somebody else. You know? So that'd be my thoughts on that. Man, it is getting, I'm gonna have to turn this APU on. Oh, that was another thing that so I recorded a video last night in the truck, and the video's worthless. It's useless. I had the curtains closed and I had the APU turned down, but it was still too loud to record a video. And I don't know why that, maybe the Peterbilts are just better insulated, but I could always film videos in my Peterbilt with the APU running, and it was never a problem. There were like a few occasional times where it would be a problem, but generally speaking, it wasn't a problem. But in this truck, the windows up and the APU on, the footage was worthless. Like, I had this 19-minute video for you guys, and it just had to throw the whole damn thing out. Okay, so Lenny's in there. I can vouch for Lenny. If any of you are looking for a trainer right now, man, you need to. I'll put my cell phone number down below if you want to get Lenny's contact details. He is an amazing, like, I would consider being on his truck during TNT probably one of the best case scenarios. Zero question. Like, if you had a scale of 1 to 10 on what your TNT trainer could be coming to prime, Lenny would be a 10. Dude's clean, plays golf, runs, man, he runs hard, and is a good trainer. Hell of a trainer. JDQ, make up my mind. Are we getting Freightliner or Peterbilt? How's Remy doing? Remy's doing amazing. Remy loves our baby. Like, she treats our baby like he's her puppy. Super cute, actually. I've been using my GoPro a lot lately, working pretty well aside from the last one. When it was raining on me, still gonna puppy. You know, I've got GoPros, I've got DJI action, I've got a DSLR. I think for me, it's just, I love how easy it is to edit, how quick it is to make a video and edit on my phone. What else am I missing here? Anything? You can also set your truck's battery. Yeah. Door. Is the sleeper bigger than what they used to be in the Freightliner? I don't think so. I don't think so. The sleeper, to me, the Freightliners always look exactly the same, and they try to do some cheap, janky little thing to make it look more like a Peterbilt, and it's like that don't work. You can't put cheap ass plastic finishes that are going to scratch up with a touch of a button on a coat sleeve and think you're getting closer to what a Peterbilt is with all of its nice wood finishes. Another thing that, like, I don't know if this is Freightliner or Prime or probably both, but when I say that the speaker system in a Freightliner is cheap, I mean, like, you know, like, so I don't drink anymore, but I'm talking about if you went to a liquor store and you had a $300 bottle of tequila, and then you had, you know, the $5 bottle of tequila. The sound system in a Freightliner is the $5 bottle of tequila. Like, you are getting a hangover. In fact, you probably will have that hangover before you even go to sleep. That's how bad the Freightliner stereo system is. Peterbilt had that big old sub underneath, and I know I'm just like totally Peterbilt fanboying, but I'm just saying, like, Freightliner just seems to cheap out on some things. But okay, let me say what I love about Peterbilt or Freightliners. What I love about Freightliners is they just get shit done. Like, a Freightliner is an excellent workhorse. That's what, like, that is basically what I would say. Extremely fuel efficient, pretty damn reliable, can get fixed pretty quick compared to a Peterbilt or a Volvo. You know, it's just a basic work tool. That's a Freightliner, and it's damn good at it. So, you know, I'm always beating up on Freightliner, but it's that's because I went from Freightliner to Peterbilt, and the difference in the experience was night and day. So, you know, Like I'm pretty much a Peterbilt evangelist, but Freightliner has its values for sure. For sure, Freightliner has its value, and that's why I keep buying them. They maintain their value, and they're just good, profitable trucks. But you are not going to get extreme comfort in a Freightliner. No matter how many things you try to upgrade, you're not going to get like a good quality feel, like you're not going to feel anything is premium in a Freightliner, if that makes sense. So anyway, 36 minutes. Man, I gotta turn some AC on. It is humid as hell. It rained hard this morning in Springfield. But I just want to do a quick live with you. So you got me convinced to go, Pete. Man, I'm telling you, Jacob, if I was ordering it, like if you're ordering a truck for yourself and you can order a Peterbilt, order a Peterbilt. It is so worth it. Like, I don't know anyone who's ordered a Peterbilt and said, like, I literally don't, and I know a lot of drivers, you guys, I don't know anyone, not one person who has ordered a Peterbilt or gotten a new Peterbilt. Now, I can't speak for trucks that have been beat up by somebody else, but a new Peterbilt where all the problems are problems you are familiar with and you went through, I do not know a single driver who said, nah, screw that, I'm going back. Didn't like it, I'm going back to Freightliner or Volvo or International. Nobody. I don't know a single one. Every single driver I know who's ordered a Peterbilt is like, I'm not ever going back to Freightliner or International. Why is that? Ask yourself that. So anyway, International, are International trucks good? Well, I've never driven an International. I've not really ever heard anything good about International. I'm just being honest with you. My driver who gets here tomorrow is in an International. So he's super excited about a brand new Freightliner. Justin, biggest down? Yes. Absolutely, one of the biggest downers of a Peterbilt. Okay, good thing you brought that up, because that's a big win for Freightliner and International. Is that damn fridge in a Peterbilt. Man, and Prime just makes zero effort to accommodate or let us move cabinets around or something to put a full-size fridge in there. And it's just ridiculous, especially when these trucks are training trucks. I was talking to my driver about it yesterday. He can't carry much of anything frozen. Yeah, that's huge, is having that tiny ass refrigerator. Now, what I will say is that refrigerator that you buy for the Peterbilt, even though it's expensive, it is a good refrigerator. It's quiet. It can go through hell and back. Very, very good on keeping everything as cold as you want, but there's just no damn room in it. But I feel like it's just like everything else Peterbilt. I feel like it's a premium. Even though it's not very big, it's a premium product. Like I just always felt like it was a, well-made fridge, versus something you go get at Walmart and it's going to bounce around in the back of your truck. You're probably going to have to replace it every year and a half. My fridge and my Peterbilt is good to go. Yeah, I saw that about the recall. All right, 40 minutes. I got to run, you guys. Thanks for checking in on this Saturday. If you're out on the road, have an amazing weekend. Jacob, JDQ, thank you so much for super chats. You got to stop doing it though, man. Like, seriously, I'm going to start just super chatting all your videos to give you the money back. I really appreciate it, but don't do it on every video, dude. It's too expensive. But thank you guys. Yeah, if you're at home, have a great weekend with the family. If you're out on the road, be safe. Make good decisions, you guys, and as always, drive to thrive.